words that begin with the letter A. Alert, aware, and awake. Jehovah keeps us alert as we discern invisible realities by observing signs of their existence. For example, how would you know about the presence of a wild animal in the woods? Perhaps by hearing the animal's noises, growling, rustling. Or how could you tell the nearest of an impending storm if you couldn't see it? Perhaps the sense of feeling with the humidity or the lower air pressure upon your body and skin. Or what about the threat of noxious fumes? Your sense of smell can alert you to something you cannot see. So we can discern invisible realities by observing signs of their existence. The same is true with spiritual realities. The existence of God, the nearness of the end of this system of things, the difference between false teachings and the truth. We comprehend them because God provides indicators that help us to see what we might not otherwise feel is obvious. Did you meet a false prophet today? How about yesterday? What about you adults? Did you meet a false prophet at work? Did someone come walking down your street? Well, usually you don't see people in big robes, long beards, with a sign on a false prophet. But suppose at school one of your classmates dares you to do wrong, saying, "No one will know." False prophet, you know, Jehovah will see. He will know. And from your heart, you care how he sees things. Or someone may have pressure to have immoral sex, saying, "We need to take this relationship to the next level." Uh-oh, the false prophet speaking. You see that as a giant step backward, not forward in your relationship with Jehovah. Ridiculers can try to cause doubt, saying, "Back in my day, my parents and even my grandparents said the end was close." However, you see the multifaceted sign Jesus gave by which you can recognize the nearness of the end of this system of things. So the world is full of false prophets. Keep on the watch by being alert. There was a 20-year-old student who would be teased about her beliefs, saying, your beliefs are so restricted, they keep you in prison, Chantel. Well, one day Chantel went to school after a rainstorm, walked through the corridor of the school with an open umbrella. This student that chastised her came up to her and said, "Chantel, don't you know that open umbrella will bring you bad luck?" Chantel told her, "You are in prison to your superstitious ideas." Again, thanks to the faithful slave class and its instruction, clear spiritual vision by our system. The same slave class showed Bible viewpoint correct on blood transfusions long before the medical community acknowledged the inherent dangers. The same can be said of positions regarding the use of tobacco, sexual immorality, including homosexuality. Also another big issue that's hot today, and that's evolution. Many are blindly accepting evolution. The slave class has kept before mankind the evidence of Jehovah's creatorship. It's like a young 6-year-old girl sitting in the classroom. The teacher was going to explain evolution to the children. The teacher asked the little boy, "Tommy, do you see the tree outside?" "Yes," Tommy said. "Tommy, do you see the grass outside?" "Yes." "Go outside and look up and see if you can see the sky." "Okay," he returned a few minutes later. "Yes, I saw the sky. Did you see God?" "No. That's my point. We can't see God because he isn't there." The little 6-year-old girl asked if she could ask Tommy some questions. "Tommy, do you see the tree outside?" "Yes." "Tommy, do you see the grass outside?" "Yes." Getting tired of the questions. Did you see the sky? Yes, I did. Tommy, do you see the teacher? Yes. Do you see her braid? No. Does that mean she doesn't have one? 100 years ago,
Friends, we are a blessed people when it comes to getting answers to our Bible questions. We're privileged to have a wealth of information to be found in our Christian publications that's provided by the faithful slave. How do we get these answers? By doing research. Yes, it takes effort. We've got to be willing to do research to get the answers. Let's now consider our first question.
Why have some of Jehovah's Witnesses entertained wrong expectations about dates?
The Bible indicates that true worshipers will receive the knowledge of the truth progressively. Proverbs 4 and verse 18 says that the path of the righteous one is getting a bright light, and it's getting lighter and lighter until the day is finally or firmly established. Now Acts 1:6, the apostles thought that Jesus would assume his kingship of Israel immediately upon his resurrection. That, of course, did not materialize, but their mistake did not prove that their religion was false. But we, of course, recognize that the true religion is based upon such things and identified as such things as our love for Jehovah and for fellow man. And most importantly, the honoring of God's name, which the world does not do, plus the kingdom preaching and teaching work that is being accomplished throughout the world today. Now, Jesus commanded us to keep awake and to keep on the watch. What is proved if a watchman wakes up the household when he thinks that he hears the master arriving? But it turns out to be only the sound of the wind. Does that prove that he is delinquent or that he is alert? Well, some of the modern day witnesses have entertained a mistaken expectation of dates. For example, back in the year 1925, many expected the fulfillment of certain marvelous Bible prophecies. They surmised that at the time the earthly resurrection would begin, bringing back these faithful men of old, like Abraham and David and Daniel. Then more recently, some hoped that 1975 might mark the beginning of Christ's 1,000-year reign. They thought that the events associated with the beginning of Christ's millennial reign might start to take place in 1975. Their anticipation was based upon the understanding that the seventh millennium of human history, you see, would begin then. But it didn't prove to be so. Does this prove that such witnesses were false worshipers? No. Rather, it showed that they were alert and expectant. Then there are others, see, that would rather sleep. Who may try to complain when someone tries to wake up them from sleeping. You see, friends, today it is only Jehovah's Witnesses who are awake to the needs of preaching the kingdom good news. And it's only Jehovah's Witnesses who are warning people of this fast approaching great tribulation.